Hi Aiden, it's Mimi. I wanted to read you a story. This is a good story. You've probably seen the movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And wanted you to see if you could find out what the name of that dog is that I just got for you for Christmas. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. And then we need to turn the page. We turn from this page to the next page. And then we're going to be on that page there. But the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. We need to turn the page. There he is. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming, for tomorrow he knew. Let's turn the page now. And this one. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then oh, the noise. Oh, the noise, 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 noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. Noise, noise, noise. Let's turn the page. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, 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 feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something that Grinch couldn't stand in the least. Okay, we're going to turn the page again. Now it's everybody standing holding hands. And then they'd do something like he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together and with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years, I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? Okay, oh, he looks pretty evil there. Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do. Oh, I turned the page. I was getting excited. The Grinch laughed in his throat. He made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked, and what a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. That's the name of the doggy I got you, Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. Let's turn the page. Oh, look how silly that is. Oh, turn the page. Then, we're on this page now. We're on this one here. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on the ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, get up! And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. Okay, we're going to turn the page now. We're on this page. All their windows were dark, quiet, snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then then so could the Grinch. Oh my goodness. He got stuck only once, but for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace, flew. Where the little Who stockings all hung in a row, these stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. So he came down. Now we're going to change the page again. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimbley. We're going to change the page now to this one. Then he slunk in the icebox. Icebox is the refrigerator. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out their icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Oh, there's a Christmas tree all naked. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. He's going to stuff the tree up there. Let's turn the page. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like a coo of a dove. A dove is a bird. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who. Little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter. There she is, she's tiny. The Cindy Lou who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went up the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Let's turn the page. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Oh my goodness. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Here's right there. You find it on your page? I find it right there on my page. Let's turn the page now. Then, see the word then? It's in red. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. Wow, look at that. Did you turn the page? Look at all those presents. It was 1/4 dawn, all the Who's still in bed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of the crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's. He was Grinch-ishly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. Look at that silly old Grinch. Take it all. You see the Grinch there? He's underneath the sled. Can you see it there? Max is standing behind him. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. Let's turn the page. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry. Very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Oh, look how scary he is. Turn the page. Uh-oh, just what he didn't want. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. Okay, let's turn the page. And the Grinch with his Grinch feet, ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. Look at how sad he is with his red eyes. Okay, let's turn the page. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, you see, change page there, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he, turn the page, you ready? He himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. Oh, that was a fun story. I hope you've seen the movie, the cartoon. It's really fun. Well, Merry Christmas. Love you. Have a good day. Bye.